The following video may contain some late game spoilers for God of War. If you plan on playing God of War and haven't already done so, turn back and watch this video after doing so. 2018 isn't even halfway over and we've already been blessed with two big open world games. Like many of you, I've been busy diving into the worlds of God of War and Far Cry 5. And apologies to Ni no Kuni 2, but there just aren't enough hours in the day. And while I've been enjoying both of these games in their own ways, I can't help but notice a big difference between the two. Chances are, if you've played one Ubisoft open world game, you've played them all, and Far Cry 5 stays true to form. Having said that, I do appreciate some of the changes to the formula that make exploring Hope County feel more organic and less formulaic. Instead of everything being revealed on the map from the very beginning, you find different activities in Far Cry 5 by completing other missions, saving and talking to civilians, and liberating the ever-present outposts. Only when you boil it all down, you're really doing the same stuff over and over again in Far Cry 5. Burning down fields of drugs, shooting cultists, hunting critters, rinse, wash, and repeat. It doesn't help that Far Cry 5 depends on you repeating these mostly mundane tasks in order to progress through the story. The frustrating part about it all is that none of these missions actually contribute anything to the overall story. If you were to ask me to name one side character in Far Cry 5, I'd struggle to do so because they're not only forgettable, but the tasks they give you serve no purpose other than to give you an excuse to kill more cultists. In the grand scheme of things, it's busy work to take up time in between the more intense story-focused missions, padding to turn what should be a 15-hour game into a 30-hour game. Now, understanding my frustration with Far Cry 5 side missions, you can imagine then my trepidation when God of War's creative director Cory Barlog announced that his game would feature about 30 to 35 hours worth of content. A series as streamlined as God of War has traditionally been would suffer from mindless busywork and unnecessary collectibles. Only none of God of War's content is busywork. Every side quest, collectible item, and hidden passageway serves a purpose, if not to the overall narrative, but to help build the relationship between Kratos and his son Atreus. God of War makes even a simple fetch quest, reviled as they may be, relevant to the overall story. As a result, I care so much more about the world and the characters that inhabit it. Brok, Sindri, Freya, and all of God of War's secondary characters are infinitely more memorable than Far Cry 5's generic parade of recruits. There may have been less stuff to do in God of War, but all of the content was more fun, impactful, and way less tedious than Far Cry 5's. Now, the point I'm making is that it doesn't matter how much content your game has, so much as it all contributes to the characters, story, and world you're trying to build in a game. Hundreds of hours of busy work means far less if there's less of an emotional payoff after you finish all of it. I'd rather have less of something if it rewards me with a better story or at the very least a better sense of accomplishment. In this case, less is more, and publishers like Ubisoft can learn a lot from God of War's streamlined approach to optional content.